Hello, Frugal Force. Once again, this is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, and I know this is a touchy subject, and I've been pretty silent on it lately because I'm a big fan of waiting for the facts. But when things like bleeding cool and people on the internet and Twitter start going crazy on things that are just mere accusations, it aggravates me. I've always been a big proponent on innocent until proven guilty. Now, if you are proven guilty, well, then you get what comes to you. But this case, it's just, once again, a classic case of bleeding cool and other SJWs throwing people into the fire without any proof. And this time it's none other than Stanley. You know, and I know you've seen other people and other people's views on this. Maybe please hear my take. Maybe I have something different to offer. Stanley, accused of sexually abusing nurses, denies all and claims it's a shakedown. We live in a world today where I swear you get accused, it's like you're guilty. Where is the penalty for the people that falsely accuse? Right now it's a popular trend, this Me Too thing. It's a very popular trend to accuse somebody, and it's an easy way to get dollars. So how this article was posted is nothing, really, by Rich Johnston, is nothing other than a complete gossip piece. And it's shameful. And I'm going to talk about why. It says the Daily Mail is running what they are dubbing as exclusive stories, saying that a number of nurses who have worked for Stanley in his home are claiming he groped them. Here's the key thing there. Lee, 95-year-old creator of Marvel Universe, and who still appears in cameos in TV shows, movies based on Marvel characters, and regularly appears at comic conventions where he attracts long lines of people willing to pay three-figure sums for photos and signatures. I have had the pleasure of meeting him for just a brief time, and I say he was an absolute gentleman. Now, with that said, anybody that knows people, older people, that are being taken care of, nurses and things, at that age, there might be other elements at play. Stanley, first of all, recently lost his wife, not that long ago. That's a traumatic event. Usually when you're with somebody, as long as he was with his wife, the significant other tends to die off very shortly after. It's almost like you lose the will to live after being with your partner so long. And being, from a married man's perspective, of being married for about 18 years myself, getting close to 18 years, I can see how it would take a very big mental toll on you. That's a significant part of your life is now gone. I believe he was with her for over 50 years. You couple that with being 95 years old, legally blind, I might add, too. It makes you wonder, was he all mentally there? Could that have had an impact? And anybody that's worked with the older generations like that, you know that tends to be something actually that goes with the territory. Ask a lot of nurses, stuff that worked in nursing homes and things. This is a common practice. I'm not saying it makes it right, but could it be a mental thing? If it even happened at all. I mean, I find it hard to believe a man that was so in love with his wife for that long of a period of time is going to be groping nurses. Here is and also too, if it was so true, why hasn't there been a police report? Once again, that's another big sign that this is complete malarkey. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying there is nothing to really back this up. The Daily Mail says they have confirmed that established high-end nursing company has stopped taking work from Lee after complaints, and that nurses complained over his demand for oral sex in the shower and bathroom and being groped and walking around the house naked. And once again, it only takes two people to conspire and make a story. And you get a couple nurses like that think that's a payday, because right now it's a popular trend, and here they are, they have this popular figure that's probably well-to-do. This is a payday for them. An absolute payday. And that's where the problem, when these trends become popularized, it's Me Too and things like that. I'm not saying things don't happen. Once again, and if they are victims, I feel sorry for them. I truly do. But the people that are falsely accused are also victims. And the response to that is very little. Hardly ever hear anything about, oh, they were found, they were innocent. No, now the world hears you and you are guilty to the world. You don't get that innocent, on a billboard, you were falsely accused, and the people accused don't usually get in trouble. So that's what really bothers me about this. This is tainting his legacy. This is Stan Lee. I really, find that scary. I mean, once again, anybody with money is an open target. This is Stan Lee, the guy that created characters Now, just not alone, with others too, as the Fantastic Four. We grew up reading his Daredevil. Apologize for the noise for the advertisements that pop up. The Scarlet Witch. Inhumans, Nick Fury, Black Panther, Hawkeye, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Black Widow, the Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, X-Men, and of course, Spider-Man. Without Stan Lee, we might not have most of these characters. I want this to be corrected. This craps on a man's legacy. He is 95 years old. He does not have long to go, and I'm not saying that out of rudeness. It's just a fact of life. This man could go at any time. And do we want his last remembrances to be about groping in things? And even if it did happen, what might be his mental state? This is the same guy that Marvel dragged out, probably told half a story to with lots of lies, to make a diversity speech, which nobody was against diversity in the first place. Marvel will use him as a mouthpiece, but then when something like this pops up, where is Marvel now supporting him? Silence. Or negativity. That's what bugs me. Be an informed citizen. Don't jump on the bandwagon and assume these things were done. Wait for an investigation. Be skeptical about what you see until the facts are there before we condemn a man. I want my last remembering of him being the wonderful creations that I have learned to read because of, as well as other iconic characters, but he was a large part in his writings of how I learned to read on early Spider-Man, early Iron Man, early Avengers, Captain America. Even though I know he didn't have anything with the Captain America creation. But I thank Stan Lee, and thank you, Stan Lee, for your hard work, what you've done, and the kindness that you've displayed. And it's sad that people, for a single clickbait article and getting a little bit of attention for a few dollars, will crap on your legacy. That shows what really people like Rich Johnston and the website of Bleeding Cool really think about comics in the industry. All they care about is what it can do for them. Shame on you. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit like and subscribe. I know I don't sound energetic because this actually aggravates me. The man could be broken and belittled and be in a state of this kind of case, and people would take advantage. What are your thoughts on this situation? Go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I hope there are a lot of pleasant things about, hey, Stan Lee led me to reading this. Stan Lee was a great guy. I'm looking forward to that. Until next time, you guys, keep it frugal.